Hello students, today we will be doing the error spotting exercises. Error spotting exercise of individual topic of grammar, English grammar. So individual topics like noun, pronoun, direct and indirect speech, active passive voice. In these parts of speech, we generally commit mistakes while using the sentences. How to use them correctly or how to spot the error in the wrong sentence regarding the actual part of speech is being told by me to you people today. So, here we start the error spotting of noun. Error spotting of noun. Just like this, we will be doing some other error spotting exercises of some other topics of grammar. Here we will be doing some questions. I'll give you one question and ask you the error in the given sentence. And if you think if there is no error, you will say no error. And if you can't tell this, I will tell you what the reason is. First question. First question is, cattle are not allowed to enter this ground. Cattle are not allowed to enter this ground. And the last section is no error. There are some parts of the sentence. These are A, B, C, D, and E. Tell me what the error is. What section has the error? Don't know the answer? Okay, I tell you. Here, the error is in part A. The error is in part A. Why? Because cattle, this noun, is always plural. Cattle is always plural. That's why you need not use S with cattle. If you use S, the word will be erroneous. Just like that, the sentence will be erroneous because of the wrong usage of noun. You have to learn the right usage of noun by understanding that the word cattle is always plural. And if it is already plural, we need not put S with it to pluralize it. It can't be pluralized by using as because it is already plural. That's why. Second question. The enemy has received many informations regarding the activities of the army of our neighboring country. The army of our neighboring country. And the last section is no error. This one is part A. This one is B. This part is C. This one is part D. And this is part E, that is no error. Find out the error in the given sentence or the parts of the sentence. In any one part there may be an error and you have to find it out. Find the error. Okay, I tell you. The error is in part B. The error is in part B. Now how is it possible? This word informations is absolutely incorrect. Information is incorrect because information is the word which is an uncountable noun. And you can't pluralize uncountable nouns by using S with them. Uncountable nouns can never take S with them to be pluralized. So, if you want to pluralize any uncountable noun, use piece of information or pieces of information. If you want to make this word countable, then add something like piece or pieces of information. but information will still remain information. It will not take any S with it. If you do this, pieces of information can be pluralized now. Many pieces of information were given to me. If I give an example, many pieces of information were given to me is absolutely correct. But if I say many informations were given to me, it is absolutely incorrect. This must be much information regarding the activities of the army of our neighboring country. The enemy has received much information, not many informations, or many pieces of information you may use. So here are some other words which are uncountable and which are sometimes wrongly used as countable nouns, and they are sometimes pluralized. We can neither use a or n with these kinds of nouns, and nor we can use them in a countable form. So these always remain uncountable. So that's why you can't use s to pluralize them. There are some other words as well, like advice, work, wood, soap, bread, etc. These are uncountable nouns which can't be used with s to be pluralized. Understood, students? Come on, let's move to point 3. Next question or next point of error spotting is the hills of Uttar Pradesh abound in beautiful sceneries and visitors are attracted to it every year. And the next section is no error. There are also some parts like A, B, C, D, and the last section E, that is no error. Find out the error in any part of the sentence. Okay, I tell you. The error is in part C. This word scenery is also an uncountable noun. The error is in part C. And this word scenery is also an uncountable noun which can't be pluralized using s, es or ies. This addition of ies is absolutely incorrect. This can't be used with scenery to make it pluralized. Let's move ahead. Next question, question 4 is, sheep are economically useful and so they are reared in the hills. And the next section is again no error. So it's also divided in 5 parts: A, B, C, D, and E. You know which part contains error? Okay, I tell you. The error is in part A. Here the word sheep, it can't be pluralized using s. You can't put s with it. Sheep is same in both the forms. Sheep is singular as well as sheep is plural. It is up to the context how you take the meaning. From the context, you can take the meaning whether sheep is plural or it is singular. This s can't tell you it is plural because this s with the word sheep is absolutely incorrect. Sheep is singular as well as plural. This s stands for singular and this t stands for plural. So here sheep always remain same. It may be singular. One sheep is grazing, it's okay. Some sheep are grazing, it's okay. But you can't say some sheep are grazing. Some other words like sheep are also used. Offspring, we can say. Some other examples of this rule like offspring, pies, dad. These words also remain same whether they are singular or plural. Understood, students? Let's move ahead with question number 5. I have not gone through the letter, and so I am not aware of its content. Next section is Noun. Just like other sentences, it also is divided in 5 parts: A, B, C, D, and E. Do you know which part contains error? I tell you. The error is in part D. In part D, the word content. This can't be used here in the sentence. If content is a word, it means satisfaction or satisfied. Content means satisfied. But if it takes the term contents, we can use it in the terms of contents of a letter, story, application, and something like that. Context of a letter, that means contents of a letter. That means that these contents are the material which are used in a letter or a story. The matter of the story, letter, these are known as contents. So content word can't be used here because it means satisfied. Let's move to next sentence. Sentence number 6. All his sister-in-laws are married and settled in the UK. And the next section is Noun. So it is also divided in 5 parts: A, B, C, D, and E. Do you know which part contains error? Okay, I tell you. The error is in part B. This word sister-in-laws is absolutely incorrect. To pluralize any relation in law, you put S with the relation, not with law. Always use S with relation to pluralize it. We can't pluralize any relation in law using S with the word law. So this is the reason why this sister-in-laws is absolutely incorrect. So there should be sisters-in-law, not sister-in-laws. It should be sisters-in-law. This sister-in-laws is absolutely incorrect. Let's move ahead to next question. He gave me 100 rupee note. In the next section, as usual, is no error. This is divided in 5 parts: A, B, C, D, and E. Hear the sentence. He gave me 100 rupee note. Can you tell me which part contains an error? Okay, I tell you. The error is in, there is no error in the sentence. He gave me 100 rupee note. This C part, 100 rupee note, is absolutely correct. There is no error in the sentence. If I had written 100 rupees note, it would have been incorrect then. This way of writing this phrase is absolutely incorrect. This 100 rupee note is absolutely correct. Why so? You want to know the reason? So the reason is this 100 is a noun. This 100 is adjective, This 100 is adjective. Rupee is a noun. Note is also a noun. So this rupee is a noun. This note is also a noun. If a noun precedes another noun, this noun functions as adjective. This does not remain noun anymore. That's why rupee can't be pluralized using S. That's why we'll be using 100 rupee notes, not 100 rupees note. Some more examples are there. A 10-meter tall building. A 10-meter tall building. This is one more example of the rule of the usage, the correct usage. Let's move ahead. Next example number 8 or point number 8. You should always be true to your words. And the next section is no error. Sentence is again divided in 5 parts. A, B, C, D, and E. Can you tell me which part contains the error? Okay, I tell you. The error is in part D, because this word is not correct here. Word can have two meanings. Word can have two meanings. The word which we can say literally a word, this can be pluralized using S, and it is absolutely correct. But the other meaning of word is promise or commitment. If it means a promise or a commitment, you can't use S to pluralize a word. That's why here should be to your word. This is absolutely incorrect, and this should be word, not words. Let's move ahead. Question number 9. Question number 9 is, where is the Caesar that I left here? Where is the Caesar that I left here? And the next section is no error. It is also divided in 5 parts. Part A, B, C, D, and E. Where is the Caesar that I left here? The error is in part B. The use of the word Caesar is absolutely incorrect. This cannot be used in this sentence because it is not Caesar, it is always Caesars because of having two parts. Caesars have two parts, that's why we can't use it singularly. It must be plural as Caesars. The things which have two parts and both the parts are necessary for it to work, then we use S with this kind of nouns. Some more examples are there of the things having two parts and they are always pluralized. Examples are shorts, pants, spectacles, binoculars, etc. These are always used in a plural manner because they have two parts, two essential parts. In one part, in that cannot work. That's why. If we want to have it a singular term, then we'll use with it a pair of. A pair of. So here should be are. And here should be Caesars. If you want to use it in a singular form, then use where is the pair of Caesars that are left here. We can say a pair of Caesars, so the verb may be singular. We can use singular verb if we use a pair of with it. But the plural verb, if it is directly used as Caesars. Next question. The jury is divided in the opinions, and the next part is no error. Again, it is divided in 5 parts. A, B, C, D, and E. There is in part B. Here should be jury are, not is. In the place of is, you will be using are. Because here, as the word jury is collective noun, it generally takes singular verb with it. But if it works or if it functions dividedly, not in unison, we will be using a plural verb. Many collective nouns are there. For example, staff, council, faculty, etc. If these collective nouns work in unison, then we'll be using singular verb. But if they don't work in unison, they are divided. We can't use a singular verb, we'll have to use plural verb. The jury are divided. Understood? So this was all about the error spotting of nouns. In the next class, we'll practice the exercise of pronoun, the error spotting exercise of pronoun. Thank you.